Hey everybody, glad you could make it back for another one. So, I guess we're going to go ahead and get into this kit here. So, basically I think what I'll call this, I think I'll call it a supplemental sustainment kit, is what I think I'll call this. So, basically it's just going to have my Pathfinder water bottle cook kit and a few other things to go with it. Now originally I had set this up to be its own little pack, kind of like a little E&E pack, and then I changed it a little bit to something else and changed it to something else, and now I don't even remember what all I've got in it. So I say we jump right into it, tear this thing down, see what all's in it, and maybe figure out what would be best to build it back up to fit the whole bug out bag deal. So with that, let's go ahead and jump right into this thing. Sorry about my messy work desk here. So first things first, we'll start off, I guess, with the strap. Let's slide that back a little bit. So on the strap here, just to utilize this space here, got a bandana under there, as well as, of course, it adds a little bit of extra padding as well, so it's kind of a dual purpose. So obviously a million uses for a bandana. And then there's this little pouch here on there, and it's just got one of these cheap little Harbor Freight lights, and actually they're not a bad light. They're fairly decent, actually. I've got a couple of them. I mean, they're a good, cheaper, kind of throwaway light. Just take a AA battery, so that's on there. As I said before in the other video, I think I made this little paracord handle for it on these carabiners, which they're pretty light, but I could probably find a lighter weight attachment method. Really, I kind of just wanted some plastic clips, kind of something similar to this, because I mean, it's not a super heavy pack, so these are more than sufficient to hold it, but I couldn't really find any. I didn't want to wait and order them, online, to wait for them to come in, then make it, so I just made it with these. But of course it's detachable, obviously, because there's carabiners, and obviously you could use this for something else besides just a handle for this, but that handle really makes it nice to grab this. That way you don't have to just grab it by this and have it swinging and all that. But this I made out of that 550 fire cord is what that is. I think it's even got the strand of fishing line in it, I believe, and cotton line, a cotton thread, I think, something like that. So mainly I just put it on there for the fire cord that's in it, because that stuff really does work good. This is the which brand is that? Oh, that PS Kook. That stuff's actually really good for the fire cord. I mean, I've got the Titan Survivor cord as well, and I like the fire starter, the fire thread in this better than in the Titan. So anyway, enough about that, so let's get moving on. So obviously this is the Pathfinder water bottle kit. So this big pouch here is what you get with it. Obviously I added this little pouch on, so let's see what we've got in here, because honestly I do not remember. Kind of move all that back a little bit there. See what all we got here. All right, we got a pair of jersey gloves. Let's see here. Oh, nice. Some CBD gummies. Never know when you might need those. especially if you're, you know, taking off and having to bug out and run and jump and hide and everything else. That CBD might come in handy. And you know, that's something I never see anybody put in any of their bags. I mean, do people just not use it, or is it just controversial? Or are they just scared, you know, to say they use it? I mean, I don't know. I take it from time to time. I mean, it's not like you catch a buzz off of it. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't take it all the time. I take it sometimes, occasionally, but I figured this would be a good bag for it. I mean, that's probably when you're going to want it. So, moving along, this just has, I believe, cotton in it. Yep, just some of those cotton makeup pads or whatever. For use as tinder, I would imagine. One of the, this is actually a Trailblazer, but it's one of the signal mirrors that's got the side on it. Little tiny baby compass that actually looks like it does work. Little ferro rod on there. I don't know how useful that would be, but it's there. Oh, and of course, you guys know what that is. It's on everything. And what we got there, a pack of hand warmers. Okay. Digging on down. A little bit of Burt's Bees, can't go wrong with that. And a 4-pack of AAA batteries. Oh, I guess that light over there is a AAA. Oh yeah, it's a AAA, not a AA. So a pack of batteries to go with that. And then dragging this out. So this is mostly stuff that comes with the Pathfinder water bottle kit. So the glow stick doesn't. I added that, obviously. However, this stuff does. Slide that back for a minute. So it comes with this ferro rod and striker, and this does glow in the dark. Obviously, I haven't used it, but it's supposed to be a fairly soft rod, supposed to work pretty good, so I don't know, I'll take their word for it. I've used a lot of ferro rods, and I've got a few to show you here at the end, so I'll trust that it works. And the fish mouth spreader to be used as an improvised bail on your water bottle itself or the cup that's coming up, so I'll talk a little bit more about that. The mini Infernos. These work pretty good. They're just one of the circle makeup pads that smell like lighter fluid, and they're covered in wax. Now, I make some of these myself, which actually, let me grab them right quick. I got them right here handy. So I make some of these myself, and they're very similar. See, I make a lot of things coated in wax because you can make a lot of nice fire starters. So there's the Pathfinders. There's mine. I mean, you can see they're really similar, and they do work about the same. So, but these came with the kit, so why not? Alright, get that out of here. Alright, so we'll talk more about that when we get to that. So, oh, and a little thing of oil there. Little sachet of oil. Alright, cool. That's everything in that. Now we'll move on to the main pouch here, which is attached to the bag. First thing right on top, got a little spool of bank line there. Always a handy item. Little stick of fat wood, as if I didn't have enough fire starter in there already. And here's the Pathfinder spork that comes with it. You know, you got your little knife surface there, obviously spoon and fork. It's really thick though, kind of heavy, honestly. I've got a UCO titanium one somewhere around here in one of my bags somewhere, and it's a lot lighter than that, so it might end up in this kit. So I know that this is just a little fire kit, You know, just the basics, nothing super extravagant. You know, your Bic lighter in a waterproof container, little roll of duct tape, because of course you can use that as a flame extender or shred it up real good and use it as a fire starter. Or of course, you know, you could even use that for first aid, or you know, just anything literally. Some jute twine, little teacup candle there, tea light candle, I mean, whatever. Let's see, what do we got in here? I believe, yeah, so in there's 3 stormproof matches and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, about 12 regular strike anywhere matches, and a striker surface. Of course, in a waterproof container that also has a little tiny baby ferro rod in there. A wet fire, couple tinder tabs, one of those Dermasafe razor blades, a little bit of wax on it there. Yeah, I really ought to have that tea light candle in a little bag, but I don't. There we go. A little pocket saw. Those aren't that great, but they work all right, I guess. Let's see what we have here. Some tin foil, alcohol swabs, Fresnel lens. Is that it? Yep, that's going to be it. So, just a little basic fire kit, nothing too extravagant, but enough to get the job done, especially with this cook kit. Alright, so now getting into the main pouch here. Couple Cliff Bars. And then we've got a can of this, it's like a Sterno, it's just a Walmart cheaper brand or whatever. Works good though. Oh, there's another Cliff Bar. Okay, we've got one of the Sawyer bags there. Because alright, so that's it for the bag. Bag's empty. Set that there. So alright, so this is going to be the Pathfinder kit. Got your stove there, your cup there, water bottle here. Just to demonstrate real quick. I mean, I do have a video on the Pathfinder, but spread them babies out a little bit. I didn't spread them enough, but you get the idea. You can do that, hang it over the fire to boil your water, or you can also, which this bottle has stuff in it too, so we'll see what all's in that, but you can also use it on your bottle directly as well. So nice touch, never hurts to have, I suppose. Yeah, not a lot in here, but we've got another Sawyer mini. That's some water purification tablets, and what is that, a 1 gallon or whatever Ziploc bag. So that's gonna be it. Wow, so quite the kit in that small bag there. So that's gonna be the kit, guys. I don't know how I'm gonna repack this thing out. I think you know, if I'm gonna be packing this with the bug out bag, then a lot of this stuff I really don't need, quite honestly, because I've already got most of this stuff in the bug out bag, doubled or tripled up in some cases, and in my car bag I've got, you know, a lot of the same stuff, not exactly, but some of it. So I don't know. I mean, of course, we'll definitely have to keep the water bottle kit, obviously, And I think I would keep at least that. Maybe it wouldn't hurt just to keep this whole kit. Honestly, now I don't need the whole kit. This is just a supplemental bag, but keep that. Definitely keep that. Let's see here. What else should we keep? Set this aside because I'm not going to keep that in there. So, what else here? I think we should definitely keep these. Probably go ahead and keep the Sawyer set up because, I mean, it is a water bottle kit. Granted, I've got a couple other filters in my bug out bag, but in case, the idea with this was if, you were to get separated from your bug out bag, if you had this, at least you would be able to start fire and boil water, at least do some of the main things. So if we're going to keep the light on there, which you might as well, it's already on there. So that being said, we've got to keep the batteries. Let's see. Probably go ahead and keep the fuel. Of course, we'll keep this and the spork. Probably keep the Cliff Bars still. We'll go ahead and keep the fat wood too. Why not? Might as well keep the bank line. Well, for, in case you need to lash a tripod together or something for cooking all this. So I guess mainly the only things that I'm really taking out is that. And I mean, as far as that's concerned, I'm going to go ahead and throw that back in there too. It's small. It doesn't weigh anything. Might as well have it in there just in case you need a little bit of quick light. Don't feel like using your flashlight. But this does not have a very good cutting tool in there, so I think I'll go ahead and add this. This is my other one-handed trekker, which needs to be cleaned. I was cutting some tape with it, but this is the one that's not serrated. So I think that'd be great for this kit, being you got the nice fine blade, straight blade there, you can cut your food with. Your saw if you want to cut wood up or strike your ferro rods. You got your bottle opener, which you probably wouldn't really need. Can opener, which you might. Your screwdrivers, toothpick, tweezers. Great knife. Love this knife. And on the side, it's also got one of the Aurora fire starters. It's okay. I mean, there's definitely better. In my opinion, there's definitely better fire starters, but it fits in there. I do need to put some shock cord on that though, but so we're going to throw that in there because I think this definitely needs a good cutting tool in it. Even though in my other bag, obviously I've got plenty of cutting tools, but again, if you were to get separated, at least you've kind of got the basics here. I think maybe I should probably add a solar blanket, one of the space blankets, I think would probably be a good addition to this here. Again, that way, just in case, at least you'd have the bare minimum necessities, that would probably be a good idea, I think. So yeah, that's what I think I'll do. We'll put that all back together like that, and I think that'd be a pretty good little cook kit right there. I mean, just have basically the necessities in there, and then all this stuff. Ooh, maybe I'll put them gloves back in there because you'll be handling hot stuff. I mean, they're not leather, but okay, so really I didn't leave. I pretty much put all of it back. That's kind of funny, but oh well, it is what it is. So we'll see. I might tear into that bag some more and then cut some more weight along the way. I don't know, but something else I was going to show. I do kind of make these for fun. Make some ferro rods with handles here. This one's just got a pine handle on it, and that's a half inch by 6 inch. And then a high-speed steel striker with a cedar handle on it. And I tell you what, these things are insane with the amount of sparks they will throw. And that's just from these Chinese rods, or this was a Chinese rod anyway. Not all of them that I'm going to show you are Chinese rods. But here's another one that I made up. And this has got the fire cord, obviously. Nice stick of fat wood on there. Scraper, a little rod. It's not a big one, but it's nice and comfortable though. Real nice and comfortable. And that's unfinished. So I've been thinking about staining it and linseed oil in it. I really like the end of that handle. I think that looks really neat. I think stained right, it'd look really good, that stained and all that, I think. And then here's some other ones, and these this is some good old wild caught fat wood that I found around here, and man, this stuff is potent. Really good fat wood. Love it. And here's another one, and these are gigantic, pieces. I mean, these handles could be a lot smaller, but I mean, obviously the intention is, you could shave off some of this handle to use as the fire starter. Now in this case, of course, obviously it's got a magnesium rod with the ferro rod, so I mean, you're pretty well already good to go. But between this magnesium and this fat wood, you're gonna get a fire started no matter what. I mean, it doesn't matter, 100-mile-an-hour winds and underwater. I think you could probably get a fire going with this thing. This one is a high quality rod though. This is one of the 4 Directions Bushcraft, and actually 4 Directions Bushcraft is just like a couple hours up the highway from me, so he's got really good rods. 4 Directions Bushcraft. And then here's my monster. Everybody's got to have one of these. Big old monster 1-inch ferro rod, and that's of course a Nathan 4071, but gotta have the old pistol grip, that way you can really get a hold of that thing when you do go to strike it. I hadn't used it yet. I've been holding out, trying not to use it. I want to, but at the same time I don't want to, because it looks so nice being new like that. But yeah, some of this fat wood, I'll hold it up a little bit closer so you can kind of see the handles there. I mean, they look really good, I think. And of course, I mean, they're unfinished. They're just carved out. And that's kind of the look the fat wood ends up getting. So this one, I think it's this one, yeah. This one with the 4 Directions Bushcraft, it's kind of got a burl look to it almost, this piece of fat wood here. Sorry if I'm rotating that too fast, but don't want to spend too much time on it. But I kind of wanted to show you guys some of the stuff I do for fun. But let me see. let me see if I've got something. I really want to strike that so you can see what it looks like, even with that Chinese rod. Move that big old hog out of the way. Move those. So yeah, and like I said, this is one of the, you know, get it on Amazon for, I don't know, like $5 or whatever. I think this is actually the Westlake brand. Yeah, this is the Westlake brand ferro rod with, you know, my high-speed striker that I made. So here we go. Whoa, about caught it on fire. I can't do that too much. I'll have the smoke alarm going off, but yeah, that's a Chinese rod doing that. Here we go. Let's go one more time. Whoop. Look at that. Yeah, you don't see that much on a Chinese rod. And this is one of the 4 Directions bushcraft, one of the square ones I made up. I just put a handle on it, and that's his carabiner. And actually that's his cord, but I made it up and put a Ranger band on it to kind of hold it all together. But this is one of his, I forget what he calls them, but one of the square rods. So again, high-speed steel striker. Look at that. I mean, just insane sparks. So yeah, anyway, that kind of brings it to a close, I guess. So I guess leave in the comments below, you know, what you think. If you think maybe I should take some of that out, or, you know, add more of it back, or do something different entirely, you know, I'd be interested to hear what you guys have to say. And of course, if you guys were interested in any of the custom stuff, you know, like a custom ferro rod set, or, you know, sheaths, holsters, anything like that, you know, go ahead and leave a comment below and we'll get together on it. So thanks for stopping by, guys. And oh yeah, also, let's get to that 100 subscribers, guys. We get to that, I might give one of these away. I mean, I don't know if you guys would be interested in something like that or not, but yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out though. So let's hit it, and then we'll get it figured out, guys. So all right, well, thanks again. Have a good night, and we'll see you guys on the next one.